In 1 year on OnlyFans, I have earned exactly a year ago, I sat down on this couch and started filming my very first OnlyFans related video, having no idea what the rest of 2020 was about to bring by making that one decision, that one wine tipsy night right here in this exact spot. And here we are 1 year later to talk about everything that I learned, how much money I made in exactly a year, the tips, advice, and tricks that I've learned the last 365 days, and just kind of do a 1 year work anniversary. Welcome to today's video. Definitely check out all of my other OnlyFans videos because this almost feels like the finale, even though I'm making a ton more OnlyFans related content. I have been waiting so long to finally film this video. I'm so excited. I have not peeked at all at the total. And who would have thought, you know, when I made that how much money I made on OnlyFans in 1 week video, or even my 1 month on OnlyFans video, who would have thought exactly a year later I would be filming a how much money I made 1 year on OnlyFans video? I certainly don't believe it, but I'm really glad to be here, and I'm so glad that you're here too. So please give this video a thumbs up, comment down below. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I post so much OnlyFans content, and that is not stopping anytime soon, as well as other vlog related content, experience, anything really, so much content. Just please subscribe. We're so close to 100,000. You're watching my video anyway, might as well subscribe. Don't forget to have the bell turned on because I always shout out the first comment on my Instagram, so be sure to be following me over on my Instagram. And if you are considering signing up for OnlyFans, use my link in the description bar. With all of that being said though, let's get started. Luna's going to join me. As I was getting ready to film this video, I definitely noticed the bags under my eyes, which usually aren't this big, but I don't know if this has been announced yet. I'm trying to get it announced as soon as possible, but I have been trying to set up a website for OnlyFans creators like all day, all night. It's exhausting and tedious. I love it, but if I haven't posted a announcement video about how to sign up for that website yet, definitely stay tuned and subscribe. It will be out soon, but I've been doing that all day and I am beat. Hopefully with all the lighting you can't really tell, but it's been quite the day. I filmed 3 videos. I need to edit one that's going up in 2 days, and I'm filming this as well as doing promos and keeping up with everything else. So this is what a workaholic looks like. Anyway, I have my laptop right here and I'm just going to expose my earning statements tab on my OnlyFans account and show you how much I made in a year. Then the second part of this video will go more in depth on what I learned, tips, and just other things that I may not have mentioned in previous videos that helped me this last year on OnlyFans. First, I need to confess something to you. It is actually not exactly a year since I started. I joined OnlyFans on January 14th, 2020, and I made my first dollar, or 20 bucks. I made my first earnings on January 16th, 2020. Today is January 12th. So we're not quite at exactly a year. So these numbers will actually be a little lower than the correct reflection of exactly how much I made in a year, but what you're seeing on the screen in a couple of minutes when I show you the screenshots of my statements, that will be taken on exactly January 16th, 2021. The numbers that I say audibly in the video just might be a little lower than what you're seeing, if that makes sense. We're close enough to the date and I try to plan ahead. So this is me planning ahead. So in 1 year in OnlyFans, I've made it to top 0.8% of creators. I have a total of 1,413 fans. This is including those that have been expired, just overall if you've ever bought a subscription from me. And with those stats in mind, drum roll please, in 1 year on OnlyFans, I have earned so much money. Oh my god. So grossly, before the 20% is taken out of my earnings, I have earned $121,000. I don't even know if I can process that. Of course, OnlyFans takes out the 20%, so that leaves me in my bank account receiving just about $103,000. $103,000. Of course, we cannot forget that this has not been tax deducted, so when I file for taxes in a couple of months, between 20 to 30% of this will be paid back to the government. So ideally, I probably walked away with $70,000 to $80,000 after I pay taxes. Because I haven't filed yet, I haven't done write-offs, I really don't know. But I do know that I will be vlogging when I file taxes with a professional this year so that you can see what it's like filing OnlyFans taxes, so definitely subscribe so you don't miss that video in a couple of months. However, that is a lot of money. If we look at the actual breakdown of where all of these different earnings are coming from, you can see that the biggest amount of my earnings are coming directly from the subscriptions themselves. I do have a subscription paid OnlyFans. It's not free, although if you are struggling with your account and you are beginning, I do recommend maybe having a free account to help you gain fans in the beginning, whatever you're most comfortable with. Off of subscriptions, I've earned about $52,000 or just about under $42,000 after they take out their 20%. That's about half of my overall earnings on OnlyFans. The second biggest percent of my earnings comes from messages, when people pay to unlock messages, or I send photos with a price on them in the DMs, and that is coming in at about $37,000 or about $30,000 after they take out the 20%. Almost tied right there next to messages are referrals, which is all thanks to you guys watching. So thank you so much to anyone who has signed up underneath my referral. If you haven't signed up for OnlyFans yet, it's always in my description box. I've earned over $29,000 from referrals. And it doesn't look like they take out a 20% of that, which actually makes sense because it's the 5% of somebody else's 20%. So then OnlyFans only takes 15% out of your account if you sign up under a referral, and the referral person takes the other 5%. So that's not even deducted. It's just $29,000 directly to my account. Again, thank you so much. That is such a great passive form of income, and I have you to thank. That's one of the greatest gifts of this, is creators supporting creators. So I really appreciate that. I've never done pay-per-view posts, so that is 0, and I've never done a live stream, so that is also 0. Although I am curious what a live stream on OnlyFans would be like. I think I'm too nervous to do one, but I highly recommend if you are comfortable doing live streaming, because you can make money from live streaming as well. Now, if we take a look at the monthly breakdown of how much I was earning monthly throughout this last year, I think you'll find that pretty interesting. Going all the way back to when I started January 2020, I started halfway through January 14th, exactly halfway through, and I started earning money January 16th. So it was only about 2 weeks of January, but I made just under $500 those first 2 weeks. Honestly, I was just hoping for something to help me pay the bills. I got so much more than that. I got a community of people. My next month, I made about $1,500. Those were my bills for the month right there, which again, I was just so astounded by. And then from there, you can see my platform really start to take off, with March bringing in $3,800, April, May, and June somewhere in the 7,000s, and then July, $8,500, and then August, my biggest peak of the year. That was my most successful month with $14,305. I think that is when I discovered mass messaging, which I will get into later, but that is such a game changer. As you can clearly tell, it started to make a really big difference in how much I was earning. Heck, it almost doubled my earnings by making that one small change, and I'll get more into that once we talk more about my tips and what I've learned. Since that peak in August at $1,400, I've definitely still maintained an average at around $12,000. So September, October, and November, we are all somewhere within the $12,000 range or just under it. December was a lower month at $10,000. Plus, with the holiday season, a lot of people on OnlyFans noticed a decline in their engagement, their fans, their purchases, and I think it's because everyone was focused on Christmas and the holidays and had so many other spending obligations. You can also see in January 2021, we're about halfway through. I said it was January 12th. It'll probably be around the same $10,000 per month, which honestly, I just needed a side hustle and this became my main hustle. Wow. But that's that. Those were my OnlyFans earnings for 2020. I cannot believe 1 year later, here I am, not as wine drunk as I was a year ago, but still just as hyped about OnlyFans. It honestly blows my mind what happened this last year on the platform. I cannot thank you enough. That type of money has never been tangible before to me. And I just want to be completely transparent because I don't want to come off in some bubble or in some influencer bubble, because that's not me. I still genuinely think that I just got very lucky with my time and just branding and what ended up happening the way that it did. That's not to take away the hard work that I put in and the manifesting and the goal setting and all of that. None of this is to brag. It's just to be completely transparent with my OnlyFans journey. You have been here since the start. This is supposed to be an educational video to see how much you can make in a year. I get so many questions from people asking if it's worth it with like the whole tax thing. It's so popular right now, and my answer is yes, it's worth it. This is why it's worth it. I paid off all my debt this year. I have a down payment for a house saved. Sure, you have to pay your own taxes, but as you can clearly see, is the $70,000 to $8,000 that I will make after I pay the rest in taxes still worth it? 100%. We just all have to pay taxes. It's how the adult world is, so there's no avoiding that. Anyway, I'm already starting to get into the tips. Why don't we head into my room in a more cozier setting so we can talk more about the overall tips that I recommend for OnlyFans 1 year later on the platform from a top 0% creator and from someone who's made 6 figures. Like, what the heck? Let's go settle in and talk business. Let's go. So I changed into what I'm wearing to bed. Got some nighttime lighting on, my projector, which is pretty overexposed. I did bring down the exposure, but I still need to be lit. I also have a candle going, my salt lamp, and the light from my phone. Maybe that's why I looked, oh, that's totally why. I wrote down all the tips that I'm going to mention in a note on my phone. So if I'm kind of looking down or towards the side, I'm referring to this. It's also a new moon tonight, so happy new moon. I hope everyone's setting those intentions and manifesting their new goals for the month. Speaking of goals, I know you're here to get some tips for your OnlyFans account, so I have my list made out. Why don't we just get started with some of the overall big overarching tips that I've learned a year on the platform. The first thing that I learned is that plateaus will happen. It's okay. It happens to me, it happens to everyone. It's part of life. It's part of kind of being in control of your income, is that not every single month is going to be the same. And I think breaking down my earnings really showed that. Some months were really great, and then looking back in comparison, some months could have still been great, but just a little bit lower than the other months, and that's okay. A lot can factor into this. Like I mentioned with the holidays, that brought things down. I also did not run like a holiday promotion or anything like that, and I know girls do that occasionally, and that can help as well. As we all know, what goes up must go down, and what goes down must eventually go back up again. Hopefully. It's kind of like the stock market. Which brings me to kind of like a sub tip underneath this one, was that I started investing this year, investing in my retirement fund, investing in an individual investment account. Highly recommend. I have a ton of videos on investing specifically. I'll link that above as well as down below. But if you do want to start your investment journey on Robinhood, I do offer a free stock if you sign up using my link. So I'll link that down below. All you have to do is sign up underneath my link. Once you connect your bank account and all of that, you and I both receive a free stock. So it's pretty awesome. But that's kind of what I learned from the income that I earned off of OnlyFans. The next thing that I learned on OnlyFans, I mentioned a little bit about it earlier, and that is mass messaging is your friend. This is key to success. Holy crap. I don't know why it took me like 7-8 months into my OnlyFans journey to really take advantage of this tool that you have on the site. I swear this, as you saw, doubled my monthly earnings from July to August pretty much. And what this is you can send out a message to everyone who follows you at the same time. It's a mass message. Everyone gets the same one. It's kind of like a mailing list. You just have to hit all fans underneath the inbox categories when you are creating a new message to send out a message to everyone who follows you. I do this whenever I release new bundles of photos that I'm selling. So for me, my schedule is every single weekend. Depending on how many photos are in the bundle and what the bundle is showing, I will price accordingly, and this price will vary for everyone. I know people ask how much to price their content. That is something that you, as the creator of your site, get to figure out yourself. So instead of doing what I was doing up till this point, where I was posting a teaser pic and saying DM me if you want to see more, and then having people DM me if they want more, now I'm just sending it out to everyone with the price attached, so that if they do want to, it's there. I think this also leads to more people opening it because it's already in their inbox waiting for them. It saved them a step of reaching out. If they're curious, it's just there. You can write a little caption for it as well, and I'm pretty sure on their end they can see the teaser caption without seeing the locked content. But basically this just changed my income for the better. It helped me earn so much more money. It's just a great way. Like, you have those fans there. This also increases engagement with everyone who follows you because you took the first step and you took that initiative and started the conversation. Even if you aren't sending out a mass message containing a locked message that someone has to purchase, you can send out a free message if you want, just to initiate conversation and try to get more engaging fans. But this is such a great tool to use and a resource in your inbox. Highly recommend. Do not let that button go to waste, because that made the biggest difference in terms of my income on OnlyFans. The next thing I did want to mention is to decide if you're going to go for a small price, big audience, or big price, smaller audience, which is what I prefer to do. So if you are confused, there are a lot of techniques and ways to start an OnlyFans account, and a lot of girls have asked me, you know, what's better? Should I have a subscription price and have people pay to join and then just have all my content there behind the subscription? Or should I have a free account and then pay per photo, just releasing pay-per-view posts, or paying per photo or per video that you send out, but having it free to follow? Both of these ways work, and I've seen it successful both ways. Personally, I've done it where you have a subscription that people pay to subscribe to, but of course with this, your audience is going to be a lot smaller because not everyone is going to want to pay X amount of dollars, and when your account is free, there's no risk if they're curious, they can join, they can see what's out there. So you will definitely have a better opportunity of gaining more fans if your account is free. And this is the option that I recommend if you are just starting out with your account. If you don't have a big social media platform or foundation to kind of go off of in terms of finding your audience, or if you are just simply struggling at that time being, losing fans and trying to think of more ways to gain fans, highly recommend doing like a free trial promo or just switching that around and seeing if it makes a difference. So a good comparison that I know of is there's this creator that I follow on Instagram who has 1,700 fans on her OnlyFans account, but her subscription price is only $6. As you can tell, she has a lot more fans than me. Right now, I only have about 300 active fans, but my subscription price is $26. So 1,700 times $5, she's making about $8,500 off of subscriptions, or my subscription rate, $26 times 300 for an average, I'm making $7,800. So it's about the same, but I have a high price, small audience, and she has a big audience, small price. Or if you have a free account, who knows? So it's just different ways of being successful. Not every single person's path to success is going to look the same. They're just options. I think both work, and it really is just a trial and error for you to figure out which one works best for you. This next tip is so crucial, and that is to stay consistent. You gotta stick with it. I know at times it might seem easier to give up, or it may lose momentum, or the hype might be gone, that honeymoon period of the relationship. You're not as excited about it anymore. Maybe you're starting to understand that, oh shoot, it does take a lot of work, or I do have to really promote. If this is something that you want to do and you want to see the results, you have to put in the work, you have to put in the time, you have to stick with it. This goes for YouTube as well, which is something that I've learned these last 5-6 years on the platform, is consistency is sexy, consistency is key. If you want results, be consistent. You just cannot give up. I know it's tempting at times, but don't give up. Along with consistency and not giving up, you have to keep promoting. If you want to keep growing, you've got to keep promoting. This is the only way to gain exposure. It's the only way to gain fans. You have got to promote your account. It's the only way to get your link out there. So in the beginning, you may have been promoting a ton. You may have gotten a handful of fans and been like, okay, this is enough. I can work with this, but maybe those fan subscriptions have ended, or they're just not as engaging as they were in the beginning. You got to up your game, girl. You've got to keep promoting, maybe find new creative ways. There's always new ways to gain fans. I know that people have been super successful using TikTok. It's so easy to go viral on TikTok. So if you just have that one video to help bring in fans, I've seen it work for me. I haven't really done this too much because luckily YouTube has been the platform that works best for me, but I know this varies for everyone. So always promote, keep promoting, whether that's a couple times a day, a couple times a week, a couple times a month. You've got to keep promoting in order to grow. As you saw earlier in my earnings tab, is that referrals are such a game changer. When somebody signs up underneath your OnlyFans referral, you receive 5% of their earnings for the first year or their first $1 million. This is not taken from the creators, so don't worry if you signed up under someone's referral. You are not losing money. OnlyFans is losing money because they take 20% of your gross income. If you sign up underneath a referral, the site itself takes 15% and the other 5% goes to another creator. It's a great way to show your support. It's a great way to have creators supporting creators, and it's also a really great form of passive income that is monthly deposited into your bank account. So it is such a game changer. It's helped me so much. Now I know it can be difficult finding people to sign up underneath your referral, but if you have a platform on TikTok or Instagram, just find that way to add it to your link tree. Even if you just have a friend who wants to start OnlyFans, be like, use my link. Or if both you and your friend use each other's links, then both of you are getting referral income. There's the life hack right there. I definitely regret not sharing my OnlyFans referral link sooner. In the beginning, I really didn't think anyone was going to watch that first video. I really didn't think people were going to sign up after watching my video, and I only added my referral link in like April or so, and I had no idea how much I was missing out on because within like the first day, 200 people used that link, and I felt so much regret for not including that earlier or from the start. I can only imagine how different that total earnings from referrals would be right now had I done that. So do not make the same mistake I did. Just plug that referral link as many times as you're plugging your normal OnlyFans link, because my gosh, it makes such a big difference. And the last tip that I have for you in today's video is pretty simple, and that is, if you got it, monetize it, which is my motto, my saying for 2020. It's my merch. Side note, my merch is always posted down below as well as in that shopping bar, and I always have the code OnlyFans in caps available for you for 20% off if you want to get yourself some If You Got It, Monetize It merch. 2020 was such a game changer and we learned so much that year, including how unpredictable jobs or earnings can be. So whether that is OnlyFans or something completely different, if you have the talent, tools, techniques, background, skills, language, whatever it is. If you've got it to be successful, monetize it and make it happen. That's all I have for you for my tips for this video, but I hope that it helped. I'm so thankful to anyone that has watched my OnlyFans videos, whether this is the first one you've seen or the 14th, 15th, how many there are out there right now. I appreciate it so much. Thank you so much for being here. And I actually filmed 2 more OnlyFans videos this week that will be out within the next couple of months. Subscribe, be on the lookout for those. Like I mentioned earlier, I am so exhausted from creating a website for OnlyFans creators. Hopefully that will be live by the time that this video is out. If not, subscribe and be on the lookout for that announcement as well. But I really want to find a way to compile everything from my videos, as well as services that I offer and resources, tools, and a community for everyone to just join and make it really easy for people to succeed. So hopefully that will come into fruition very soon. But thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to check out all the links mentioned down below. Sign up for OnlyFans, subscribe, get your free stock, follow me on Instagram. I always post stories regarding OnlyFans updates on there as well, and you can find a lot of helpful information underneath my OnlyFans Q&A highlight on my Instagram if you want more information or have more questions. I think the next OnlyFans video coming out is the OnlyFans Q&A, and I know a lot of you are excited for that. A lot of you sent in questions. So I'll see you guys next week. Have a wonderful rest of your night. Bye! I was so hurt and upset that I never gave him another chance.